Hi, good morning. I hope everybody's having a wonderful Sunday morning. So usually Sundays I take as my rest day and I don't do much, but sometimes what I do on my rest days is I love to cook and I just don't have time, as you've been seeing from some of my cooking vlogs that I do cook now and then from me, hubby and I. And I've had a suggestion, and I want all viewers and subscribers to know that if you have anything special you would like to suggest to me, or ask if I would be willing to do something for you, then please make sure you make a comment on one of my videos. I will see it, and if it's something that I'm willing to do, I will make it for you. Any suggestion that's ever been given to me, usually I try very hard to have it done within a few days. My foot and ankle stretching video was a request by a subscriber. I also had suggestions on the leg exercising video. My bra fitting video was another suggestion and asked to be done. My dancing video, believe it or not, my dancing workout. I think dancing workouts are fun, but I didn't think I would be good at putting one together, so I really wasn't wanting to do the one. If you see me, I dance kind of silly. I'm not good at it. But I did it, you know, so I do take suggestions. So this suggestion comes from my mother, and great, my cats are playing in the background, probably can hear them. And so my mom loves my homemade spaghetti sauce. I make spaghetti sauce. What happened, the story behind it is when me and my husband were first married, Olive Garden had this spaghetti sauce called delicous, and it was a very yummy spaghetti sauce. It was a very chunky sauce. It had meat. It had huge chunks of vegetables in the sauce, including olives and things like that. And what happened is they discontinued it. So we went back one day and found out that they quit making that spaghetti sauce, and it was my husband's favorite. So then that's when a light bulb went off with me, and I said, I wonder if I can make this recipe. And so I decided that I was going to try it and see if I could do it. I've been doing it ever since then. I only make it once or twice a year. It costs $30 to $40 for all of the ingredients, but in the end it is so worth it. So let's get started. This is my first clip for you guys. Now let's see how hot my lid's gonna be, because I left the lid on like a silly girl woman. I don't know why I did that. So I'm gonna have to get something to get it off without burning my hand. Okay. And we'll get this lid off, and then I'm gonna put in the first couple ingredients. I've had my crock pot, the one that you just heard. I've had it on for now for about 40 minutes. What takes the longest to cook is actually going to be the vegetables, is cooking the vegetables that I put in. So to start off with, I wanted to show you, I have a huge onion that I sliced up. I only used half of it because that's a lot of onion. I put in baby bellas or portobello mushrooms, are my favorites. They're great for protein. They didn't have available the big boxes of them, so I bought 2 small boxes. So I'm going to start out by putting this in. And so as usual, so I don't bore you to death, I will do clips. And so I will do another clip as I add more ingredients in. And I'll prepare it first and then I'll add it in. So what I'm going to do today, that's going to be a little different than how I normally do this, because I actually got to thinking I think this would be a little better. One, I'm going to cook the vegetables by themselves for an hour on high. And then the only thing I'm going to do, I heard my little girl do a mournful meow, so I don't like that when I hear that. So that made me stop for a second. Yeah. I'm getting some new bottles, you never know. So I'm going to put my first round of spaghetti sauce in. I want it to simmer in the spaghetti sauce, and here's the one I use. This is the part that I cheat on, okay? I use Ragu's Chunky Garden style. That is my absolute favorite. I love the Chunky Garden combination because it has pieces of zucchini, mushroom, onion, tomato, all those kind of chunks there's already chunks of all those vegetables in there. And then I add my own vegetables in. Okay, so first round, be back in just a minute. Okay, here we go. So Then the next thing that I do is I add yellow and red pepper, and I have a little bit of yellow tomato that is from my mom's garden that I'm going to use as well. The other thing I usually use is I usually get stewed tomatoes, but they didn't have any, so today I'm going to use diced tomatoes. Get that poured in. And then that means I officially have all my fresh ingredients in, except for my meat, which I will be showing you what I do with that here in a minute as well. Don't forget, if you really like my videos, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Check me out on my Facebook, and I have a new group, and I will try to make sure that I put a little picture of the name of the group at the very end of this vlog so that you can find my group. It's called Dixie Cuddles Motivate and Encourage. So I also encourage people to go to that blog, go to that group on my Facebook, and you can post anything you want in there. I'm really trying to get people to be more active in the group. Right now it seems like I'm the only one that posts. So see you in just a few minutes. Alright, so now I've got my meat thawed out, so I'm getting ready to get it browned up. So how I do it is I use 1 pound of Bob Evans sausage, and I use 1 pound of extremely lean beef hamburger, ground beef, and it's 97% lean is what I use for the hamburger meat, okay? And what I'm doing is I just kind of keep cutting it on the skillet until it's completely browned through, all the way through, every bit of it. And then usually I don't put in the sausage and the hamburger, the beef, ground beef in the skillet at the same time, because I like to make sure there's enough room for both of them to get browned and cooked thoroughly through, because I want to make sure it's chopped fine, nice and fine, just like it should be for spaghetti. You don't want big clumps in your spaghetti. So then I get this browned real well. And one thing you need to know is whenever you are cooking and meats and things, most people know this, but I hope most of, if not all of you know this out there, but if you're learning to cook, you've never really cooked homemade stuff for yourself, never pour your grease down your kitchen sink. That is the quickest and fastest way to clog up your pipes and have plumbing issues where you have to open and take apart your pipes and clean them out, because nothing will drain in your kitchen sink, because the grease will definitely clog them up all the way. So make sure that after you're done that you use either some kind of a small bottle coffee can, if you're a coffee drinker, save those, put your grease in that instead of putting it down your sink and throwing it in the garbage on garbage day, because you definitely want to make sure you're keeping your plumbing nice and healthy. So that's the next thing I'm doing now, is I'm getting all my meat browned up. And that won't take very long once I turn up the heat. This is one of my favorite things to make. I love making spaghetti, even though it takes me time when I make it this way. My husband's like, well, you could just make regular spaghetti once in a while where you don't do all this and just do the meat and the sauce. But come on, you might as well, if you're going to do it, go all out. Am I not right about that? So there you go. I'll show you here in just a minute what everything looks like. Alright, so here we go again. I already have the sausage meat in. I just finished my lean beef meat, and I got to, just a minute, drain it. Yeah, you can see me. I always worry whether I'm doing well enough for you guys to see me.
and so you can be able to see what I'm actually doing. So I'm always constantly checking myself here. Alright, so then we got to drain all the grease, like I said. You do not want it going down your sink. So I got a little bit of an extra surprise for you, because the whole time I've been making this recipe, it wasn't until a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, that I knew that for some reason it was coming out really, really good. But it wasn't tasting quite like Olive Garden quality spaghetti sauce, and I could not figure out why. Olive Garden uses 2 different secret ingredients. It depends on which sauce it is and which one it gets used in. The first secret ingredient that they use is wine, and it's a special kind of red wine. So look it up if you want to know more about it on the internet, and it will actually tell you some Olive Garden recipes that Olive Garden has released for people to look at and enjoy, and you will see that what the special wine is that you need to buy to put in there. I'm not going to put in the wine. Because see, me and my husband, we actually like our spaghetti. My husband, I'll eat spaghetti sauce any way you make it. I just am a fan of spaghetti, period, okay? So I'll pretty much eat it however you serve it to me. I'm not gonna lie, spaghetti sauce is, I love it. You know, I like Italian food, I think, more than I do any other. So again, we don't want it to turn out dry. So I'm adding some more spaghetti sauce in. Woohoo! So as you can see, I've now used about 2 bottles of spaghetti sauce. And I will probably be adding, I got one more extra to add into it. Okay, so here we go. Drum roll, you ready to see what the other secret ingredient is from Olive Garden? Grape jelly. They put 1/4 cup of grape jelly in their spaghetti sauce. So if you want your spaghetti sauce to turn out to an Olive Garden restaurant quality sauce, you either need to be adding grape jelly or red wine into your spaghetti sauce if you want to make it restaurant quality. So let me not spill this grease. And the very first time when we did this, I know we like our spaghetti sauce to be sweet, but I was like, ugh, I'm putting grape jelly in this. I don't know if I'll like it. So the first time I did it, I only added a tablespoonful in there because I'm like, I don't know if we're going to like this or not. So this is a 1/3 cup. I'm gonna hold it over. I don't want to make a mess on my counter, on my stove. I've already made a mess with meat popping all over the place. So I'm gonna add just a touch more. Oh, come on, you. I'm sorry. I'm bad about talking to stuff. Get off the spoon. Alright. Like, yelling at inanimate objects is going to do anything that, you know, I do all the time. Okay. Alright. So, now that we got our secret ingredient in, which is the grape jelly, we'll get this all mixed together. And I will tell you, I can tell that already my veggies are starting to cook because there's already juices coming up from them. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a nice stir, and then hopefully by 4:30 we will be eating spaghetti. The good thing is, the only thing that's really needed to cook was the veggies, so that's why I kind of started them ahead of time, so they would start getting a little bit soft and, you know, cook through a little bit before I started adding all the other stuff into it. Okay. Normally, I don't add this in until the end, but my husband's tired because he's had a hard work day yesterday, so I want him to be able to come inside and rest. So we're going to go ahead and add the rest of the ingredients in. And I'll just keep a close eye on everything. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm not going to add the juice in. I made the mistake one time of adding the juice from the olives in to the spaghetti sauce, and forgetting that when you cook pepper and onion and tomato, it naturally is going to take all the water out of those and put it into your sauce. So then I had the additional juice from the olive juice, and I ended up almost having a soupy spaghetti sauce. So that's an oops. Make sure you bring your olives. So, large black olives. Then I use green olives. And I'm going to fish this out. And this is going to take me a minute, so bear with me. Probably better if I use. Oh yeah. Now the thing is, the reason I am not just draining the juice out of it and dumping the olives completely in is because I'm only going to use half the jar of the green. And then, because it seems like if I add the whole thing in, then it's too salty. Because these are, the green olives do have a lot of salt in them. And I want the flavor. I don't want to be overwhelming bite of salt from the olives when you eat it. So I like salt. So I don't know. My whole family, we are really big on salt. So I love the extra amount of olives in there, but my hubby doesn't so much. So I try to kind of compromise when it comes to that part. That's kind of what you do in a marriage. You learn to compromise. That's what makes a marriage last. Okay, so this is the other one. This is Calamantes olives. It's actually a Greek olive. These are also awesome on your pizza. Oh my gosh. I can't eat these by themselves. I like olives enough that I can eat just about any olive there is. I haven't had an olive yet that I have not liked. I know there's so many types of olives out there. But this one, I can eat it by itself. My husband cannot. It's because it has a little bit of an aftertaste to it. So I'm only going to put half of these in because they're great when they're cooked inside spaghetti sauce or any kind of sauce. They're also great on top of your pizza like black olives are. Oh my goodness. So I'm going to save some for our pizza when we have pizza. So, again, I'm going to bore you one more time. And I'm putting about half the jar in. This is what made Olive Garden's delicous sauce so good, is the fact that they actually added the whole olives, not just like little pieces of olive. And then they added, you know, huge chunks of pepper and huge chunks of onion. And Olive Garden, whoever runs the company, I wish you would hear this video and you bring that sauce back, because my husband misses it. And I'm sure there's a lot of fans out there that miss it. So now I'm teaching them how to make it at home. But they would still eat it at your restaurant if you had it. Okay. That's about half. Yay! Okay. So, my crock pot is officially full of food. And then I gotta get this a nice stir all the way down to the bottom. Sure, all the veggies are getting mixed in now because they're starting to cook. And then the more this goes, the more it'll cook. And might add a little bit more spaghetti sauce in because right now this is super, super, super chunky. I'm gonna try to get, maybe it would be better for me to just take a picture and add a picture of it into my video. I'll try to get you a close-up here in a minute, but then I'll also take a picture of it for you too. So if the close-up doesn't work out well for us, then you'll get to see a picture. Okay, so this is what it looks like all put together. Okay, ready for me? Ah! I can't tell if I'm getting the crock pot. I am not doing a very good job, am I? Okay, that's it. Guess what? I'm getting me instead of the crock pot. So, I'm just going to take a picture for you. Sorry, I tried. See you in a little bit. Okay, guess what? We're at the end of making the spaghetti sauce. My onions are nice and soft and they look clear. They taste really good, so I know everything is ready. So now I'm just putting the finishing touches on. Thing is most people, I think, know how to cook spaghetti, but I told my husband there are a lot of people out there that really count on these how-to videos because they never really cooked in their life because they've been used to eating fast food or having someone else do the cooking, and they've never really had to cook it. So there's some people out there that don't know how to boil egg, don't know how to cook spaghetti. So this is not for ones of you who know what you're doing with this. I'm doing this part just so that I can help someone who maybe has never cooked spaghetti before. So I'm going to show you how I put it in my pan and tell you what you need to look for so you know when it's done. Okay, so here we go. The first thing you do is you're going to take enough spaghetti in your hand like this. Now everybody has their own little way, so someone else may do it a little different, tad different than I do. But I've been taught this way. So you're going to break it in half because spaghetti is long, correct? And sometimes it makes it hard to eat it. So you want to cook it and you break it in half. And you're going to go, one will go across this way, the other will go across this way. And every time you put it in, that's how you put it in. One goes this way, one goes this way. You're going in a crisscross pattern. Okay? And you keep going until you got all of your spaghetti in. And I'm also going to have to open a new box. And sometimes my spaghetti just decides to roll over the floor. I think it's kind of fun to just take a piece of spaghetti, I don't know if you've ever done it, and just eat it raw. It doesn't really taste that good, but I don't know, there's something fun about it. And done. Okay, so as you're putting it in too, another thing is spaghetti, you need to constantly stir it. If you do not constantly stir it, it will stick together in a clump and it turns out horrible. So ones that may not cook enough or cooked the spaghetti before may not realize that. So I'm adding that in. Again, this part is mainly for ones who have not cooked spaghetti before. I'm just trying to help you out. So again, cross and cross. And you want to take it and lift it. Now see, at the beginning, spaghetti is very hard, you know, stiff, coarse. But the more that you work with it and cook with it, it softens up. Now I take it and I do this. I shake it. I pick it up with a fork and I shake it. Pick it up with a fork and I shake it. And a lot of times I try to use plastic But honestly, it works better with the bottom because my hands are on, got that non-stick. See how I lift it completely up like this, and I do it so, and watch, let each strand just fall out of the fork, and I keep doing that, and you're going back in there, mister. And that's how I continue to do it until it is the right softness. And I'm adding more spaghetti. I'm probably going to want a bigger pan. I may put another pan of spaghetti on, because this is not going to be enough spaghetti to make it. So that's how you make spaghetti. So while I'm doing this, I'm going to tell you about another thing that I wanted to tell you about. Let me see if I can find my bigger pan. Just a minute. And it's going to look a little weird. So I also need more water. But I don't care at this point. Let's see how I do. Watch me burn myself on TV. I mean, on a video. That'll be fun. And my moderator right now is probably about biting her lip because she's like, well, Elaine, please don't do that. No, I'm not going to do it intentionally, okay? Now, I'm going to do it this way so it's a little safer. Come here. Where's my fork? I think it'll make the vlog a little funnier having to watch me play with this. There. Now, I got a 30-size pan for the amount of spaghetti I have. Goodness. I should have known better. I've cooked this enough times. You would think I would know how big the pan should be. So, here's the cool thing. So, anyone has not seen my vlog on where I said I need your help in voting, make sure you go check that vlog out, please. We have started a contest. I now have 74 subscribers, so thank you very much. I have 173 followers on my Facebook page, and I have 23 members on my Facebook group now. And we wanted to do something that we thought would be fun for everybody to participate in. So my moderator is the one who came up with the idea. Is what you're supposed to do is I have 2 intro videos you're supposed to choose from. I have one that I've already made my intro video Tuesday night, and it's now my new intro video for new viewers and returning subscribers on my YouTube channel. Cool thing is, last night I uploaded another intro video, and so what you're to do is, the first one already has 377 views, so people evidently like it. But what I would love to see is I want to get some voting going on. I want you to pick for me. You tell me what I'm supposed to use as my intro video. So I want you to go watch both of the videos and decide which one you like. How simple is this? All you have to do is sit down for 20 seconds and watch each video. And then you pick the one you like. You watch that one over and over and over again. Every time you watch that video, you give it a new view. So the one's 23 seconds, watch it for 10 seconds, watch it for 10 seconds, watch it for 10 seconds. Every time you watch it and finish watching it, went from 2 views to 3 views to 4 views to 5 views. So pick your favorite one, share your favorite one. Please share your favorite of the 2 on all of your social media accounts. Ask your friends and family to watch it, ask them to share it, and ask them to have all their friends and family watch it. See where I'm going with this? The more it's shared, your favorite one is shared, the higher the views will get, because every time you share it on one of your social media accounts and you ask your friends and family to watch it, that adds another view. So 10:30, what is going to happen, I'm going to come home from work on Friday night, 10:30, I'm going to look. This one has X amount of views. This one has X amount of views. Whichever one has the highest viewer content is the one that will become my new intro video. So you have the privilege of deciding how my YouTube channel will look for a while. So I want you to help me pick it. And I think it would be fun for my subscribers to do that. So I hope your video wins, but you need to be sharing and asking every single person on your social media accounts to watch it in order for you to get the views that you want. Okay? So now that I kind of am showing you how to get all this spaghetti in. I'm going to end this and let you see what it looks like on the plate afterwards. Hope you guys are having a great day. Oh, by the way, I'm warming up my toaster oven. You can't have spaghetti without garlic bread, correct? All right, so everything is done. Now I just got to get my hubby to come back in from the garage. He went out for a few minutes. He is kind of like Dolly Parton's husband, doesn't like being on camera or any part of it. So he's like, stays away as far away as possible. And he knows I'm filming because at home. So I don't know how else to compare it, because he's like, I'm like, he's like, that's what he tells me. He's like, I'm like Dolly Parton's husband. I don't like being on camera. So anyway, so it's done. Give me just a second. I'm gonna at least put some on a plate. Give you an idea of what it looks like all finished. And see, that's why it's nice to also have this big fork right here. It's a lot easier to pick up some. Now for me, I like more spaghetti sauce than I do spaghetti. Everybody's different. But you know how it is when you go to a restaurant, you know, think about it. The sauce is actually, fixing the sauce and all the ingredients of the sauce is more expensive than the actual spaghetti. So why is it when you go to a restaurant or go to La Gondola or someplace like that, they end up giving you more spaghetti than they do meat? That's the reason. Cost effective for them. Not for the customers, cost effective for them. Let's see if I can do this without spilling it. Alright, here you go. This is what it looks like finished. And that's how I like my spaghetti. I like more sauce than I do spaghetti. Have a great day, everyone. Whatever you do, keep moving, keep eating healthy, and don't give up on yourself, because you are absolutely worth it. Have a great day. Subscribe to my channel, like my videos, share them, check me out on my Facebook. Everyone have a good Sunday.